Oh shit! This was it was conceived in 2022 and took about 7 months.
Wow. I mean, technically speaking, there is that, like, gameplay aspect that doesn't need to really be cracked too much, because it's a visual novel. But I imagine, like, at least 5 of those months must have gone to the writing and just the coding in terms of every route, like, going into this new route, every route going to this new route, every dialogue option opening up this new route. Hello everyone and welcome to the Autumn Colors Podcast, the podcast where... Hello everyone and welcome to the Autumn Colors Podcast, the podcast where... Hello everyone and welcome to the Autumn Colors Podcast, the podcast where...
Hang on. Something seemed different to you?
I'm your host, the narrator of the night, the art Sozo-sha. Today I'm joined with the schizophrenic man, stranger coming down to a basement with a knife in hand, Arashi.
I feel like we've been here before. I don't know why.
Oh my god, this is happening again, isn't it?
Yes, it is. My god.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, so today we are talking about Slay the Princess. It's a game that I played in the latter end of 2023, and it is one of the only games I have completed the entire achievement board on, so it goes without saying that I love it.
You really don't get much better than that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get into that today. First things first, though. How you doing, man?
I'm doing a lot better than I was a few days ago. Aside from a cold, I'm finally fighting. I'm getting over. It's just been one thing after another. But I'm starting to bounce back.
That's good. Oh man. It's kind of touch and go over here on my end, mainly with the weather and everything, but I'm pulling through.
I've been getting some of that to myself.
Yeah, and also I'm currently in the middle of wrapping up like a bunch of school projects that I need to get done next week, so there's that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I have not slept in a week.
Who needs sleep?
Sleep is for the weak. Anyway.
Call me the weakest man in the world. Alright.
Anyways. Yeah, so here we're going to be talking about Slay the Princess. So first and foremost, I probably should ask this considering you bought it for me. How the hell did you hear about it?
Okay, so honestly, I didn't hear about Slay the Princess until I was looking through YouTube and came across this weird thumbnail from a manly badass hero who does horror type games on YouTube. Yeah, just something about that about the thumbnail and the title he had really just got me. I was like, you know what? He's not steered me wrong before. I've gotten a laugh. Funny enough, it was how I got into Amori. I saw the title. He was one of the few people who didn't spoil it. Thank God. Yeah. In the thumbnail.
Thanks, John Awesome.
But... No, we will not let that go.
I will not let that go.
But yeah, I watched like the first episode of it. I liked what I saw, and then I saw it was like on sale, and then I saw it was on Steam, and then just and then it came down, and then it's all downhill from there. But really, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's just like I will say this though. It's a good game to play on my own, but in terms of like streaming, it's a short story, and that's nothing wrong with that. But it's very repetitive, even in a first time playthrough. So it's just like even as this streaming content goes, there's only so much you can do before you kind of are just like skimming through the entire story. Like, okay, I know. Yeah, you're on a path to slay him. All right, you have to slay the princess. You don't be the other word. Yada 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 yada. Let me move on to the new stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I think that is the point of it.
Oh yeah, that is the point of it. I know that, but it's just like that's. It's like watching It's like watching Groundhog's Day. How many times? Like, okay, if it was legitimately the same like play style for the death of Bill Murray every single time, it would get repetitive and dull. That's why they had to like do a quick clip of him getting stabbed, getting electrocuted, getting burned and exploded, like having this quick run through of his deaths.
All right. You've seen all this before. Let's get to the good stuff. All right, we know what you want.
Yep. Yeah, but it's. I mean, like, God, this game is just. It's like, what do I say that other people haven't said about it? It's just like it is. Oh, it's so good. It's so really good. And it's just like, the thing is like, it is a love story too. And that's what I think interests me the most. Because especially, and I want to say this, when it comes to visual novels, vast majority of them are romances or like choose your own boyfriend or girlfriend type deal. This is like one of the few visual novels I play where it's just like, yeah, this actually is doing more than just the usual mundanity.
Right. And it helps how it now the more you do and the more you reset, the more it technically fleshes out the characters.
Yeah.
It just that, and honestly, the way it did it all through it. I know we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it later, but honestly, it had me hooked from the word go.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think what's most interesting with this is just like, honestly, like, okay, it's just like, I know for a lot of people, visual novels are just, it is basically just walls of text. I say this as someone who's a Persona fan, but there is like, every now and then you get those visual novels that actually know what they're doing, that actually know how to turn like hours and hours of reading into an enjoyable venture. This is why I liked Marco and the Galaxy Dragon so much. There was only one time in that game I ever had a multiple choice option, and it was regarding what kind of fan service I wanted. Other than that, everything is the same, and it's fucking awesome.
Nothing will ever be as special as Marco and the Galaxy Dragon. This comes a close second, though.
Yeah, this comes a close second, especially with the fact that in terms of it being like everything it's like everything like changes in every single playthrough, but it all stays the same. Like, you get the same story, you get the same type of endings, but every little detail adds on to just the new change after the other. Like, it's like, that's what I think I love most about this, is that it truly feels like your decisions matter. Even the stuff you wouldn't think, oh, that doesn't have any matter. No, like, every single little decision either has some new route to explore or opens like new possibilities. Even when you think like there's an ending right here, or there's an ending that has to go into this area, no, there's more and more endings and more endings and more pathways. You can lock yourself out of specific pathways but still go across to the ending. Like, it is amazing attention to detail in every single route. That's what I love.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Honestly, with the way you describe it, it made me think of something. It didn't hit me until like my third, I want to say, loop. Mm-hmm. It's basically, you know those choose your own adventure books you had growing up?
Yeah.
That's basically what this reminds me of, and I love it.
Yeah. And what I like most about this too is that, like, it says off the bat, because I would immediately think this is like Court's Party, isn't it? Everything I do is going to lead to some level of a bad ending. There's going to be like a right ending. It's like, no, every option you take just adds more to it. Oh, you got killed by the princess in the first round? Well, get revived and go deal with her in the second round. This time, she's of this persona. Or this time around, she is, like, in this happenstance. Like, more and more and more and more. It's just, like, it is so interesting. And what I think is most interesting about it is, again, when it tacks on. Like, all separate of these, every separate version of the princess is a one-dimensional character. What I love about it most is that at the end of it all, it forms just this fully fleshed out character. You are literally developing her through progressing the game, and that's what I love.
That was especially beautiful. It's like all these caricatures morphing and being put together like a puzzle in becoming this three-dimensional character. It's amazing, really.
Yeah, it is just as it's really well done, and the fact that it's just like, oh my god, the fact that it's just like it morphed into completely going off the deep end and going more as like, oh yeah, she's a goddess now and you're actually a god. It feels so out of nowhere, but at the same time, it's like it feels, I don't know, kind of right with the way this game was going. With just like how mysterious and everything it was and just how unorthodox everything was. It just kind of felt like the whole thing around the end of the world and everything felt more than just manipulation and just tactics done by a voice in your head. No, it actually felt like the more you went through this, the more you're realizing, oh yeah, this is kind of leading to the end of the world.
And honestly, the way that they handled the narrator and basically our character, I want to say I liked it. It made me I liked it in multiple ways, in about two, 3 ways. The main one being, God, I want to punch the narrator in the face so fucking hard. Every time I saw the mirror and the changes our character went through, it kept me hooked to want to know more, which led up to the big finale.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, not to mention the supporting cast of that neat little thing where each technically failed branch in quotation marks would bring you back, but with a piece of yourself in a certain like personality in a way, like the broken, the contrarian, that sort of thing. It added a lot more character to a quote unquote silent protagonist that I don't think can ever be recreated.
Yeah, and it's just like the levels of the endings as well. Sometimes you'll get endings where it's just like they add more voices, but other times you get endings where it's just completely insane to the point where it's just like so much of it is just chaotic. Like there was one ending where I think it's like the way you play it is, it's just like depending on the way you play it, it should have been like saved for like the last route you do, because there's one route where it's just like all the voices in your head just come together and just play in your head. It's just everything, and they know everything about what's been going on. They know about the narrator and everything, and it like in its own way, it feels like this culmination of like it feels like an ending suited for the people who wanted to like who already played through this game as many times as possible and gotten like almost every conceivable ending except for that one.
What makes that ending even work just even better too is that even that one can split off.
Yep.
They come back and everybody fucking hates you.
Oh yeah.
I did think of everything.
Oh man. Oh my god, we haven't even talked about the voice acting. Like, this is two people.
Just 2 people?
It's like Pearl from Steven Universe. I have to remind myself, that is one woman doing all the fucking voices.
Like, damn.
Yeah, like, oh my god, just the fact that this is just 2 people for the narrator, the hero, and the princess is just insane to me. Like, it's easy. It's one of those, it's those voices where it's like, it's easy to tell they are the same voices, but at the same time, it's that range, just how they sell it.
Right. It's like, I know, I would have honestly thought that you're like multiple people, and then I actually started hearing the range, and it's like, oh no, it's like the narrator and all the voices in your head is just one guy. It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, on one hand, he has a voice that he's able to suit a voice that you can side with. On the other hand, he has a voice that you just want to punch in the fucking face. Smitten.
The fucking simp.
Like,
Jonathan Sims.
Yeah. What was most interesting about this, too, is that I think in regards to the endings, too, again, about softlocking, I found out that having the right voice, having the wrong voice in your head actually locks you out of certain endings. Like, oh my god, I figured this out, because there is an ending where there's an achievement where it's like, you can actually kiss the princess. And no matter what I did, I went through the right route, I went through the right pathways, I chose the right answers, just could not get to it, and then I realized, oh wait, I have the wrong voice in my head.
The one time schizophrenia goes wrong. Who the fucking fuck?
You gave me the ability to have schizophrenia, and you fucked it up! The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, you had one job.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh man, it's just... Oh yeah, this also reminds me of just... Like, honestly, it's just... I think it's just ultimately, at the end of the day, it's just impressive, just the range, especially for on part of the princess, because she doesn't have to just voice the princess and the many different personas. She has to voice the voice of like the quiet. She has to voice the goddess at the end. It's just like, and the different like tones she has in the ending, where like all of it just accumulates to having one complete whole. It's just like. It's just impressive.
You gotta give them credit. They really went all in on this, and they definitely earned their paycheck after that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh man, and it's just, I don't know if like. I imagine, like, considering the money they were gonna make off this game, because this was one of the best-selling games, it's no doubt, of 2023, but I do have to wonder if we get a Slay the Princess 2, just, are we gonna get the same deal of just 2 actors who with, like, really good range, or are we just gonna actually start, like, seeing more and more actors sign on for this?
I mean, I'd be happy to see the latter, but if they do decide to go that route, I wonder how far they're going to take it.
Yeah, that's... Oh man, and then it's just like... Then you gotta wonder just how creative we're going to get. Like, are we going to get, like, just... Again, with the different voices, are we going to get just, like, I don't know, Pro ZD as, like, a calm, collective voice, and then they just get, out of everyone, Mark Hamill as just... fucking insane or whatever. Like, just, I know I'm putting high stakes on this game and everything, but it's just like the craziest things you can do with voice acting, and just, you know, just like I 100% believe like the amount of people that would be in to play characters like this. Like, just, it's just, this is a playground for voice acting, and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's personally, it's just this is basically an oyster that's just waiting to be opened at this point.
Yeah.
So, by all means, if that depends on where they want to go with it. Honestly, and there's still the matter that they're still getting more content for this game by itself.
Yeah, that's happening. 2023 announced they were coming out with like new routes and updates to older ones, and it's just like,
look, like, where'd you go from here?
I don't know. Like, that is a good question. It's just like, my god, I've explored every little bit of this game, and quite clearly, I can show my, like, hell, like, when this episode airs, I will fucking edit in my achievement load up on Steam, because I've gotten all 97 achievements. I'm like, where the hell do you go from here? I've seen front and back of this game. Like, at what point is it just like... At what point do you hit the ceiling?
It's Red Space all over again. That's what this is reminding me of.
No, it's like it's a Stanley Parable all over again.
No.
It even works because there is an ending where you do nothing. There's an ending where you just fucking do nothing.
He's like, alright, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't gonna do shit. I'll just stand right here.
Oh my god.
No, what the crazy part is, it's new content, but they're giving it away for free.
Yeah. They're frontiersing this shit.
They're crazy. I hope we will watch with great interest.
Oh man. I mean, honestly, if we get the new routes and I got some time, I might be interested to take a look at them live, but that very much might be a case of me just doing it in my own time.
Yeah, that sounds right. Assuming we can drag everybody else into this and do Slay the Princess voice act.
I mean, hell, like, on that note, I have been considering, like, re-streaming games and revisiting them. Because it's just, like, with me, it's just, like, on live. I play certain games, like, just once, and then as soon as I'm done with them, move on to others. I don't revisit them. Like, hell, I could make a full, like, revisit Hi-Fi Rush or revisit Devil May Cry 5, because just, like, I love those games so much. And...
Ooh, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and it's just, like, revisiting Slay the Princess or something like that. Or, hell, revisiting Marco and the Galaxy Dragon, getting people in on that. Like...
Yes, please. I want to drag people like Ninja into this.
Oh yeah, like I will absolutely be down to drag him. I'll be absolutely to drag other people into this and like just gun to the table.
So, you have no choice better. Because that whole experience, it can't just be shared between the two of us.
No, and it's just like it's only something that works seeing for yourself. Like it's just like even looking at like a clip reel, right? It's hard to believe. It would be hard. I would be hard pressed to believe that. Okay, the person who made this clip reel, you just edited this shit in, didn't you? It's just like, no, that has to be watched live.
Nah, seeing is believing, and
yeah.
It's just yeah. I haven't seen. I even rewatched those streams, and it was like, nope, just as crazy as I remember.
Yeah. Oh man, like, yeah, it's just like this game is just. It's really good. I love the hell out of it, and it's just impressive, the attention to detail. Just, oh man, like, it's like it just, I guess, like, again, I can't get over the fact that, mind you, I am coming from games like Persona. I cannot get over the fact that having this many answers and this many dialogue options not only has, like, certain answers tied to them, but they could also lead to specific new directions to go for, and new routes, and new dialogue props, and new... I'm just... This game took, I don't know how long to make, and I'm fucking impressed by it.
Oh, it was a hell of a risk. Let me see on this one. Let me go check something right quick. I just want to see how long went. Oh shit! This was it was conceived in 2022 and took about 7 months.
Wow. I mean, technically speaking, there is that, like, gameplay aspect that doesn't need to really be cracked too much, because it's a visual novel. But I imagine, like, at least 5 of those months must have gone to the writing and just the coding in terms of every route, like going into this new route, every route going to this new route, every dialogue option opening up this new route.
Right. And honestly, that amount of dedication and that amount of time is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I applaud them for it.
Yeah. Oh man. Honestly, here's something I don't think I've heard many people talk about: the music.
Oh, the music. Oh, it gives that ambience that just feels like, okay, this is nice, this is cute, this is peaceful, but it leaves that tingle in the back of your head that tells you around when you hit that second loop, something's not right.
Yeah. And even then, as just like the stationary, like the stuff you hear in the main menu, it has this simplicity. It's kind of like the Amori theme, where it is this simple track, face value, you can take it as innocent and everything, but you listen to it and you're like, okay, this has an inkling for something more. And on that note, it's just like, I love how adaptive this music is, because it's not just like the main menu theme you hear and then it goes to different renditions. No, you have like a slowed down rendition. You have like a more, like, you have like a sort of a bard rendition. You have you have like these different renditions of the main theme just plastered throughout it, to the point where I rarely ever heard like a track that sounded not like the main theme, that sounded distinct, and it usually was stuff that was more when things went crazy.
Right. They wanted it. It's like they wanted, while they had the main theme track in mind, they just wanted the entire soundtrack to adapt, like you said, adapt accordingly to the situation, and it shows. It's like okay, like with the damsel, for example, it's all cute and innocent, and that's it. Then it takes a complete 180 when you get to like the raid.
Yeah. Yep. But even then, it's just like, again, it can be cute and innocent, but I went back and played. Oh, I guess we can get into this later. But I went back and played like the damsel, and I found out that yeah, you can just take it as is, or you can actually press the princess on what she wants to do, and the more you do it, the more like simplified she becomes, the less of a person she becomes, and more of a cardboard cutout she is. Like, that attention to detail is just like, they knew what the hell they were doing. And speaking of, at this point we were beating around the bush, but I'm gonna let you have the floor. Favorite routes.
Favorite routes. Ooh, honestly, between them, I couldn't pick if a good one, but if I had to pick 3, let's see, it would be let's say the adversary, the thorn, which in my opinion is the best route, and God, what was it? The one with the what was the actual name of it? The one where she explodes into a whole person of blades. Mutually assured destruction. There it is.
Yeah.
No, just the blade. Okay.
Oh man. I would have to say, honestly, the witch,
okay,
the thorn,
of course,
and the broken.
Ooh, nice choice.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, it's just like, I think for the witch, it's just like, I don't know, I like the design of it, and also, it's like, it's pretty obvious, it's just like, I don't know, I like the fact that it's like, it's pretty obvious she's gonna fucking betray you, or it's pretty obvious that, like, you're gonna fucking betray her. It's pretty obvious in every single regard. But
it's basically a Scorpion and the Frog scenario.
Yeah, which I think is two trophies in that, actually. and even then, it's just like, if you decide to just like if you decide to just give her the benefit of the doubt, like, I just like the, oh god, like, oh my god, I can't believe you're such an idiot for just trusting me. It's like, wait, why did you trust me? Why did you do that? And it's just something she beats herself over with, to the point where it's like, again, the thorn, and she's just like, I what do you want from me?
And you just be honest with her.
Yeah, you just either, like, and I love the detail on this. You can either be honest with her, or just go out of your way to reach for the blade and be an asshole about it, or just leave her. Like, either way, it's just like, again, no choice is wrong. It's just like, no, it's just your call and everything. And then with the Broken, I feel like, honestly, I like the Broken because it was the first, it was the actual, like, first thing I did on a playthrough. And it led to, quite frankly, the most interesting ending, because when I chose the Broken, it led to the princess having 3 heads. It sounds funny, but also it's actually kind of adorable.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was.
And also, I know there's no wrong ending here. Personally, in my heart, I think it's the true ending, considering that your protagonist is like a bird person, supposedly. So having her not be like this human girl, and instead having more of these several heads and everything, kinda just adds to that whole, like, wholesome cuteness level to me.
Yeah, that was the same way I went for my run. It just it felt right, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, honestly, what I liked about, well, the thorn is obvious, but what I liked about the blade route for the princess, she just said, it's like, oh no, I'm not, she's just really terrible fucking lying. I don't have anything behind my back or anywhere else.
Mill the route, she fucking decides to, she fucking turns into the fucking, oh man, what is it called?
She just drops the fuck.
I'm trying to think of it. There's like a character that reminds me of like her blade form. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's the fucking, like, she just turns into this giant, like, she eventually turns into this giant blade monster, but more and more times she just keeps killing you and killing you. I just like the lines. She sounds like a girl in advertising. It's like, she stabs you again. You're funny. Stabs you again. Oh, you're handsome. Stabs you again.
It's like, ooh, you almost got me that time. It's like, no, but then you flash her the look.
Yeah.
What made it better is each time you died, more and more voices kept popping up.
Yep.
And then the final culmination when she becomes the giant blade monster. Finally, the perfect woman. Well, I had to think this, like, the paranoid is like, oh, fuck this, I'm out of here. It all comes together, and I couldn't stop laughing the entire fucking time.
Oh, man.
Oh. God. But yeah, it all comes together when each route ends with a long quiet.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know we say that we're basically creating a character for the princess.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is, the long quiet is a character in of herself.
Yeah. It's like, okay, the Long Quiet is a character in and of itself, but what you're doing is, like, you're gathering, like, more personalities, and you're gathering more of a like actual like building onto the character, because the Quiet is literally just it sort of kind of plays sort of the attendee role in a way, where it's just like, yeah, bring me more perspectives, and it's just like you're trying to create a whole being, like sort of, I think in a way, best way to put it is like the Long Quiet is the soul, then the princess, it has the body, and then her different personalities are the mind.
Right. And through that, and I think it's through those interactions that you learn more about the world itself, about the narrator in a sense, and basically about who the princess really is, and how it all comes together in the end.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna just keep it a stack. I know we've been making fun of the narrator for 10 hours, but seriously, fuck the narrator.
Yeah, like, dude, it's just like, legitimately, it's just like, there was, at the end of it all, I was just like, dude, if you just told me what the hell was going on, I probably would have been more inclined to actually act.
Next time, lead. Use your words. You're a fucking narrator.
Tell her the truth!
I mean, granted, technically, given the kind of person I am, I probably wouldn't have helped the narrator regardless.
I mean, regardless, we, like, depending on your answer, you don't help the narrator.
He's like, hey, just, but, well, granted, I would have flipped him off at the end anyway. It's just, God, this is so good.
Honestly, I think some of the more interesting routes are when it gets more existential and more down the route of horror. Like, there is an impressive amount of dead ghost versions of the routes.
Man, I only gave the Wraith as an example.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The Wraith? The one before that, the Spectre.
Oh, God. Hey, you want to see what's behind the mask? Oh, God, no!
Hang on a second. Check this out.
It led to Paranoid being my favorite out of the personalities.
Yeah. That and, like, I think there was some humor, because I tried the damsel again, and there was an option to, like, stab her either way. I think there's some humor after, like, all of that, like, her, like, being glad to be saved and everything, getting stabbed. It's just like, oh, wow, what's this feeling? What's happening?
just straight deadpan.
Yeah. But, oh my god, it's just, like, I think what's the most interesting one to me out of all of them is the Nightmare.
Yeah, the Nightmare.
Like, there's several versions of which that route can actually go. In fact, I think I think you can actually get the quote-unquote good ending for that.
It is really tricky to do.
It is tricky to do, and it's trial and error, mostly error, but it's not impossible.
He's like, I will get this right, damn it, I'm dead. But nah, I think, that was, in the Nightmare, that was the one that, the first one that I saw in the Manly Badass Hero video, and that was what hooked me onto this. He's like, oh, it's that kind of game. All right, I like where this is going.
Yeah. I think it's like one of the... I think it's legitimately where it's like, when you talk about this game being horror, it's where they actually have the most fun. Because it legitimately feels like an actual, like, poltergeist.
Oh yeah, it's like, down to the shaking of her character picture, to just from her touching you, you suddenly go cut to black like a TV.
Yeah. Oh my god, the sound design in this is really good. Just the select few sound effects they'd use for moments, it's just really good.
Oh, it gave me chills the whole time.
Oh yeah, and the nightmare is just like they have a good understanding of like how to utilize like horror and jump scare media without going Five Nights at Freddy's, because one answer you can like give, like she'll immediately be right in your face. It is. Oh god.
I won't lie. I sat up straight when.
Look, I've played that route I don't know how many times, and it still gets me.
He's like, she got me. Oh, neat little tidbit when you're going down that route with the paranoid trying to keep your body moving.
Yeah,
you can still hear him. You can still hear him talking as you're making your decisions.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. It's just like heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. It's just like more and more how frantic it gets. To just, dear God, I'm just trying to help him live.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not want him to live, or did you want to talk to me?
It's just like a fucking cyanide happiness moment. You take that back! Make me! Cuts the rope. I'll take it back! I'll take it back!
I'm sorry. Wait, rewind it, cut it back! It was worth it. Every step of the way. Alright. Excuse me.
Other than that, I mean, we talked about a few routes, but other than that, I have to say, like, honestly, this game doesn't really have, like, a bad route. It doesn't really have, like, I don't really think there's, like, any bad routes. It's mainly just a preference matter, but, I mean, if we're talking about more insufferable routes, I think the Damsel is one of the more insufferable routes just because of Smitten.
I honestly did try to tune him out. You know what's funny? Smitten is funny when he's like a supporting cast, like when there's another voice in there. He's trying to play off of somebody.
Yeah. I will say he does have one of the best moments in the Thorn, because if you get his voice in the Thorn, he's like, yeah, kiss her! Wait, can we do that? Just the narrator. It's just like you have a long, endearing, warm, heartfelt kiss. God, I fucking hate you all, you monsters.
That's the best. Oh, no. Now, describe the kiss.
Oh, you can't be serious. Come on, come on, we're all here. You've been narrating the entire time. Are you gonna break down the entire our heartfelt steamy kiss? It's just like, all right, you lean in to kiss her. Oh, come on, you can do higher than that. You can't be serious.
Do it. Do it. No balls.
Do it, coward! Come on, narrator man!
And then he just goes into this whole descriptive kiss that's borderline eroticism. They all look at him, jaws drop.
I just want to say, this is like 50 minutes of build-up and like 5 seconds of sex. Best game ever.
Beautiful.
I will admit that's not my joke. That is Purple Eyes WDF reading 50 Shades of Grey. I just want to say, this is like 50 minutes of build-up and 5 seconds of sex. Best book ever.
Oh, man. That was what made me look at this minute and go, all right, I like you now. Just don't make me play the damsel again.
I did get my revenge on him by killing the damsel. It just, like, actually hearing him, like, fucking beat up over him, just like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks to suck,
don't it?
It's like, yeah, it does suck. In fact, I think I'll kill us over it. Wait, what?
Oh, man. Yeah, and... Oh man, like we haven't even talked about the adversary.
Oh no, it's like all the the adversary, all these. Every princess we see is basically a different character type. The adversary and her counterparts are I just want to throw hands.
Yeah. I just want to throw hands. She's literally just a Saiyan.
It's beautiful. Well, I think it's like one of her other parts of the adversary is like a dragon, which in turn makes sense.
Yeah. There's also, we haven't talked about this, the tower.
Ooh.
That is one of the most interesting routes to go down because of how different it feels. Like, yeah, she not only feels like a queen, like, she legitimately has power. Like, she takes over the narrator. Like, she, like, makes you kneel before her. She makes you kill yourself. It's just like, there's legitimate, like, this woman has legitimate authority.
Now, the second she took over the narrator, I was like, oh shit, she's like that. Okay, I know I said some things. I know I did some... I know I might have killed you. I might have left you here to rot. But let me at least say my piece. No hard feelings? But yeah, oh god, yeah, that tower is I don't use the word often, but yet she did feel like a legitimate goddess there.
Funny you say that because I actually looked into some trivia. Apparently the direction for that character was, we need you to voice a literal Dami Mommy.
Oh,
that's not even... Look that up! That's actually it! It's just like, alright, we need you to voice a literal Dami Mommy.
She was like, say less. There, slam. Alright. What haven't we talked about yet? We talked about the adversary, the blade. Tower.
The beast.
Okay, the beast. Okay, so
Mr. Beast!
Okay, we've gone from a battle-hungry dragon to a literal Dami Mommy. To the next to all that. Where do we go from there?
Crocodile Dundee.
There you go.
Crocodile Dundee.
You call that a knife? No, there's just a knife.
Oh, look right there. That's there. That's the Peace Princess. It's a dangerous animal in the entire jungle. One wrong move and I'm dead. I'm gonna poke him with a stick. He's angry!
He's angry! It's just... the beast really lived up to what it was trying to go for. Here, no, you are not here to slay the princess. You are prey.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, I did love the attention to the design of the Beast Princess.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like the witch. It was just straight up animal, and it looked and it was hungry.
Yeah. It felt like one of the only routes, legitimately, where there was just like it was set in stone. But I was surprised at the attention to detail even on that.
Yeah, and I know we gushed about all the different changes for each route, but this one just felt like, I don't know, it felt like it was just, okay, this could be a possible quote-unquote canon type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it progressed and down to its ending, it felt like, okay, I could see this being its main thing. but that doesn't. But it wasn't. But that doesn't take away from how good it was.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Let's see. Oh, I know there was one route where I want to say, okay, I know it starts like the usual thing, but it's where you start with the princess actually narrating with you. It's what's the name of it?
Oh fuck.
But I know it's like where you and the princess are one.
Oh man. That might be one of the ghost ones.
Oh no, it's not the ghost one.
No, because there's like an option for like her to like invade your body and then you kill her.
Not that one, not the Bray. That's the one. That's not the one. No, I'm thinking of like where you start the route with her literally inside you. It's like,
oh wait, her literally inside you, or you literally inside her?
No, her literally inside you.
And for the first time ever, that's not a dirty joke. Get out, everybody! Oh fuck, I don't.
I'm trying to find it. not the Fury. And
it's just aiming on the screen. I just realized there's another. While you're looking for that, there's another route we haven't talked about.
All right, which one?
The prisoner.
He's like, well, I'm not gonna do nothing. He's like, yeah, she's just okay. She just had the chain on her arm. How the hell is she get chained up like Hannibal fucking Lecter?
I do like how basically that ending has like that route has like 3 different possibilities. Like you could chain yourself up with her alongside the wall and then just let the place erode until finally you guys make it out, or
you just take the knife and she hits you with the command grab.
Yep. That, or she literally gives you head. What if I was making a joke, but that's literally how that route goes. She gives you head.
Well, at least she's getting ahead in life.
I mean, heads will roll.
Off with her head.
Might as well just try to keep ahead. Head pun. Damn it, Frank!
I think it's called The Wild.
The Wild?
Hang on.
Wait, hold on. Oh man.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is The Wild. It's where you start out in the woods and it all looks all veiny and it's like outlines and everything.
That's one of the endings I think that's literally has you like either. No. That's literally that's one of the routes where it has you inside her, because like there's 2 routes that go for that. It's where you're inside the stomach and then you're inside all the veiny and everything, and then you break free to find out that she's part of a tree.
Yeah, that's the one. The Wild.
Yeah.
And I want to say it took me a while to figure that one out, but
yeah.
No, that one. I want to say that one. If I didn't already pick my 3, that's what I consider a runner-up.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only does it show like a symbiotic bond between you and the princess, which kind of hints at the thing with at the Long Quiet, and it also kind of shows the narrator at his worst if you want to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And either the more you accept it, and the more he tries to break it away, and it shows the a bit of peek of what's beyond the wall, the fourth wall. And like you said, going back to cutting the tree, even then you could still even you could choose to be a dick, or you can choose to just cut her out and be together. Which, honestly, it's right up there with the Thorn it's a runner-up with next to the Thorn.
Yeah, honestly, I would have to agree. I would say there's a couple routes where it's just like, yeah, there's a couple of routes where it's like we don't really get too much on her. You just kind of like it just kind of is what it is. Like, I think some of the ghost ones, like there's one where she just like floods the place.
The bloated. Yeah. They did not have to animate that bloated body like that. But they did, and I love them for it.
Then there's also it's like the one after the damsel where she burns down the place.
Yeah. It's like, even though you killed me, I still love you. Ma'am, that is called a toxic relationship.
Not in this country.
What even is this country?
Exactly.
There's so many, and I still can't believe they're adding more.
Yeah. I could imagine, like, considering, like, the different aspects you could do with love, there's probably a few different ones. Like, I could imagine there being, like, considering how much this game wants to play with life and death, a Grim Reaper route.
Ooh, I'd pay to see that one. I know it's free, but still, I'd pay again.
Yeah. It's just, like, just having a form in light of that where it's just, like, the princess is just, like, the princess dies on a route, but she also takes you with her, and depending on your answers, you get the Reaper, where she basically just wants to kill you and use your body to get out.
Yeah.
Or, like, essentially, it could be like a Deadpool scenario where it's basically like she's death, and she wants you to be with her.
But, you know, narrator gotta be a narrator and be a Thanos.
Yeah. Until the narrator realizes you're annoying as fuck and then wants to actually let you be together, but then not because he know that you'd win.
Honestly, I can't wait to see what they do with the pristine cut.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they do, I'll be there every step of the way. Because honestly, with Black Tabby Cats, the makers of the game,
yeah,
I want them to succeed, and I want to see where they go from here.
Yeah, I kind of want them to. Honestly, I would like to see more Haven likes, and if Black Tabby Games actually wants to go out of their way to make that, hell, I'm all for it.
It's like, hey, more power to them.
Yeah.
But honestly, unless we're missing something.
I guess we haven't talked about like just the art for this game, honestly.
It is it's beautiful. I know given a visual novel, and it still feels like that outside of like something you'd see out of a sketchbook.
Yeah.
And that neat little attention to detail where you move the mouse and everything moves along with it.
Yeah.
Especially shown in like the broken or the stranger route.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that nice touches of detail.
Yeah. I know it's coming from what I could tell, more so like games such as like Marco and the Galaxy Dragon, when it comes to visual novels, are an exception because they were like those are visual novels with like a more higher budget. But this game is just like, yeah, it doesn't look like it has too big of a budget, but where it lacks for money and makes up for in just artistry, because there's like, it's, at times it will be minimal, at times it will have complexity, like, there's, like, if anything, like, it's impressive what they can do with such a muted palette.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, honestly, it's just, the lengths they could go, they went with this art style. And given the budget they had, it's incredible, really. Like, I think the only time they used a different color was for, like, the Fury when you explode into gore.
Yeah. Yeah.
that was about it. And that, honestly, by itself, kind of just adds to how impressive it is that they, with what they did, how they did with what they had.
Yeah.
It's just. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can finish up. It's fine.
No, I was starting to ramble.
Yeah, but it's like, with the way this game is shown up, it's just like, it is interesting because it has all these like whites, these like gray, like different shades of grays and blacks and everything, and it makes a color just like red pop out so much more. Like, there's significantly like little gore in this game, but it looks and feels genuinely like graphic.
And then you explode.
Yeah. It's just like, it didn't even get to like the one moment where it's like literally she gnaws through her own fucking arm.
He's like, okay, how are we gonna cut her into the... I'm sorry, she...
I guess that's an option. I just love, I love like how unsettling it is too. Like, she looks like an actual like rabid animal when she's doing it.
And she didn't even flinch.
No, she didn't flinch. No, she did not.
It's like, and then not only that, just like subtle changes in facial features.
Yeah. Oh, even the subtle changes in like options, like taking the blade and not taking the blade. Like, the more you go through, you realize it's almost as if she knows.
Is it?
Like,
okay, so she might be aware, and that just adds more to the mystery.
Yeah, and like that, and again, it's just like, it's just like the amount of like, I guess I'm going back to the amount of detail, because it's just like, I mean, it's just like the art done in this to sort of be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Be able to match the amount of like detail they have for each route in this game is just like, it is impressive, because it's just like, upon new different choices and new different alternatives, like, they added new stuff, they added new little touches, they added new little artwork for the character work and everything, and it's just, it fits so well. And also, like, the reflections on end after every like a successful route, it's just like, I like the just the attention to detail. Just,
and just from the outlines alone, it doesn't show much, but it tells a massive story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, oh man, it is just impressive. It's like, if there was like a sort of atmosphere I had to describe with it, it feels like a storybook. Like one of those sort of like, in its own way, sort of like a grim fairy tale type storybook.
Oh my god, it finally makes sense. Is that the only one that doesn't get a happily ever after is the narrator?
Yeah, well, not for all the other voices.
I mean, unless you chose the right ending. But But just that aesthetic alone is amazing. It's the idea. The idea of it being a choose your own adventure set in a grim fairy tales type universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a recipe for an amazing story.
Yeah.
And add into the fact that the princess is likable, the voices are likable. Yes, even the spitting. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm not gonna play. I thought you were gonna say voices are likable and also narrators there, I guess.
He's there too. Honestly, if I do have to give one good point to the narrator, without the other voices coming in to mess with him, because admittedly that's always funny.
Yeah.
It is the fact that he does his job well as the narrator. You hear me out. He's like,
all right, let him cook.
He's like, no, but in all seriousness, though, when it starts out, it just feels like its own. It does feel like it's going to start as its the usual type story with a narrator and all that. And the more you ask questions, and he does try to deflect and gaslight and all that, I will not deny that.
Yeah.
He's like, but it is. I think it's like in some. It does feel like the Stanley Parable, where when it does start to spiral out of control, he does suddenly go along for the ride and just see what happens next.
Oh my god! I just realized. What if they actually do a full-on Stanley Parable ending? Like, you're just like, what if they just add an ending where it's just like you go into the basement, blade or not. And then you just sit there, lying in wait, and then the credits roll.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That'd be great. It's just like, and the narrator is just like, wait, what are you doing? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, we'll just sit here. Whenever you wanna go, I'll be here.
That'd be great. Could be worse. Could be a broom closet ending. I hear the. Yo, did you get the broom closet ending? That one's my favorite.
Oh
man. But honestly, what more could be said about Slay the Princess that we haven't said already and that others haven't said? It's a great game overall.
I mean, I can think of one, but it's gonna ruin the mood.
Yeah, but you can ruin the mood after I have my little thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, yeah, Slay the Princess is a great game. I'm glad I gave it a chance. It's like, because it's like it's that type of game you wish you could play again for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like with Amori.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I can't, I'll still play it again just to enjoy the experience. All right, go ahead, say your thing, ruin the mood.
Okay. Honestly, like, Slay the Princess is, to me, sort of like, it opens up the idea of what you can do with a visual novel story and like its possibilities and just the different routes it can go down. Because before this, the biggest visual novel that we've had in the last 10 years, I believe, was Doki Doki Literature Club for being the biggest like game that actually like people were paying attention to. After that, it was just kind of here or there for a lot of the games, but more so, like, Slay the Princess has, honestly, to me, earned its spot up there as one of the, like, best titles in recent years that's a visual novel, and I'm hoping to see more of it. That said, give me more porn!
It's criminal, damn it! Be like Yoko Taro. Alright, if people want to just make a whole folder of Slay the Princess porn and just send to me, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think overall that is going to do it, honestly. Thanks for joining me on this one.
Hey, not a problem. Happy to be a part of this one.
Yeah. Got anything you want to plug yet, or are you still going ghost?
Nah, still going ghost.
Okay. Yeah, so, you already know. Like, links in the description and everything. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll leave it open to you guys. What are your thoughts on, like, Slay the Princess if you played it or whatever? Like, feel free to let me know, like, what you liked about it. Feel free to know what you want to criticize about it. Other than that, I mean, like, yeah, check all the links in the description below and everything, and, yeah. I'll see you all next time when we, talk about more stuff, so, yeah.
Alright, I think I know a perfect way to end this one. And just remember, everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the cabin in the woods.
That's a fucking tyrant.